Hello friends, how are you? Those who are studying F7, this is an introductory lecture for F7 or financial reporting. The new name for F7 is financial reporting FR. ACCA has changed the name of F7. It was previously that was also financial reporting, but the name has changed now to FR. So today we are gonna understand what is basically F7 and how would the paper would come in the paper, how would be the paper, and what would be the syllabus, and how examiner will examine. Okay, so we will discuss in this video. So let's start with a brief introduction of mine. I'm an ACCA member and a bachelor's in commerce. Secondly, I have an experience from PwC Pakistan, BDO Pakistan, and Deloitte Pakistan. Currently working at Deloitte Pakistan. I'm currently working at Deloitte Pakistan. Furthermore, teaching ACCA since last 6 to 7 years. I'm also a tutor for F1 to F9 plus SPR including F7. I have a very good history of, alhamdulillah, good history of passing grades. One more thing, that we have a page with the name of Chartered Accountant Business School, or in other words CAPS you can say. You can like that page on Facebook. There is a very useful page. One more is business studies, group name with business studies. There is another group related to ACCA that you can join over Facebook. So let's start. Let's start with the relationship diagram. Means what are the linkage of FR, financial reporting, or F7 with other ACCA papers. Financial reporting is basically financial reporting. It's a you can say extension of financial accounting. It's an extension of financial accounting that was previously F3, now it's FA. So after FA or financial accounting, you normally study financial reporting, that is related to financial accounting. Financial reporting, what is the difference between financial accounting and financial reporting? Financial recording accounting is just double entries, making double entries, journal ledger, and trial balance. That is your financial accounting, means you are accounting. Financial reporting is something different. You apply standards, international accounting standards, internal financial reporting standards now. So that is basically the difference between accounting standards and financial reporting standards. So financial reporting or FR is related with financial accounting, that is your earlier paper in ACCA, and it is also related with law. Some portion of financial reporting is also connected with law, F4, and audit and assurance, obviously, because audit is always related to financial reporting. You cannot disconnect audit with financial reporting. After that, it would lead to obviously SBR, strategic business reporting. It is also it's a, you can say, higher version of FR. Strategic business reporting is now a new paper from ACCA. You can say it was previously P2, now it's strategic business reporting. More standards are in SBR as compared to FR, but still FR is very important paper. You can say, you can see how FR is connected with various paper of ACCA, and in last, FR is also connected with strategic business leader. That is one of the toughest paper of ACCA, one of the toughest, or you can say the most toughest paper, most difficult paper of ACCA. So SBR and SBL. So if you are lacking in this paper, that is FR, financial reporting. So if your concepts are not clear, if you are struggling in this FR or in financial accounting, ultimately that would have an impact on all these papers of ACCA. So it's very important to understand financial reporting on FR with deep knowledge. So it is so here we have discussed how FR is connected with other ACCA papers. If you have any question other than that, you can ask on my WhatsApp number. Let's move forward. This was a relationship diagram that was linking financial reporting with other exams. Let's move further. What you will basically get after covering the syllabus, that is the rationale basically. So let's start what is written here. The financial reporting syllabus assumes knowledge acquired in financial accounting. Like I said earlier, it is connected with financial accounting, that that is your earlier paper in ACCA, that is financial accounting. And it provides you, financial reporting provides you further in-depth knowledge of financial accounting, or you can say financial reporting is further in greater depth. It will go in further depth as compared to financial accounting. Yes, all the concepts in financial accounting will still be related to financial reporting as well. You cannot ignore any concept that you have already studied in financial accounting and financial reporting. So you have to remember all those concepts that you have covered under financial accounting. Then you can come to this paper. So move forward. The syllabus begins with the conceptual framework for financial reporting with reference to the qualitative characteristics of useful. Again, conceptual framework, we normally study conceptual framework in FA as well, or in F3 as well. So again, conceptual framework is coming here. It is still applicable here. It is still applicable in SBR as well. So you cannot ignore conceptual framework. Normally, what is conceptual framework? Basically, conceptual framework tells you the basics of accounting, basic concepts of accounting. That is basically your conceptual framework. So it is still applicable. You cannot ignore conceptual framework in any paper, I can say, or you can assume that you cannot ignore conceptual framework in any financial accounting related paper, because conceptual framework is very necessary in order to prepare your financial statement or do financial accounting. So useful information, what we were reading. The syllabus begins with the conceptual framework of financial reporting with reference to the qualitative characteristics of useful information and the fundamental basis of accounting introduced in the financial accounting, that means F3. Within the knowledge module, it then moves into a detailed examination of the regulatory framework of accounting and how this informs the standard setting process. How it will help in the standard setting process means, what is this? We will study in our syllabus. The main area of the syllabus covers the reporting of financial information, obviously, because as the name suggests, financial reporting. So obviously we will be doing the financial reporting for single entities and for groups. Obviously consolidation, they are talking about consolidation for single companies, and for groups, that means means consolidation. This means consolidation. What is consolidation? Means making financial statements for the group of companies. Single companies, normally we make financial statement for single companies, balance sheet, income statement and cash flows for single companies, but in groups we will be making consolidated financial statement, not single company financial statements, in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles. What is generally accepted principle? We will discuss this in our syllabus. Finally, the syllabus covers the analysis and interpretation information from financial reports. Obviously they are talking about ratios. So this was the rationale that you will be getting while studying financial reporting. Now moving forward to the exam approach, or approach to examining the syllabus, or in other words you can say the paper pattern. What would be the paper pattern? It would be a 3-hour computer based exam. Obviously now ACC has changed their approach. Now F7 or FR is no more paper based exam, it's now a computer based exam. So let's read this. The syllabus is assessed by a 3-hour computer based examination. All questions are compulsory. The exam will contain both computational and discursive elements. So there is no just calculation. You have to explain the concepts as well, so there would be a discursive element as well. Some questions will adopt a scenarios and a case study approach as well, so there would be some scenarios and case study that you have to understand, and apply that financial reporting knowledge. Section A of the computer based exam comprises 15 objective test questions of 2 marks each plus additional content as per below. So section A will be covered by obviously 30 marks as the syllabus as the paper exam pattern suggests, that it would be 15 questions of 2 marks each. That means 30 marks of 30 marks would be comprised of section A. Section A would be comprised of 30 marks. That will be objective test question. Now section B of the computer based exam comprises 3 questions each containing 5 objective test questions plus additional content as per below. It would be also MCQ based, means overall you the MCQs will be covering 60 marks of the questions. Section B will cover the objective test questions rather than it would be a objective test question obviously, but there would be some scenarios. After that, examiner will provide you some MCQs. You have to answer those MCQs from those scenarios rather than separate MCQs. In section A there would be a different scenario case. In section A there would be separate MCQs. Both will be MCQs, but there would be a different methodology in both sections. In other ways you can say section A and section B will be comprises of MCQs. Now come to the last section, section C of the exam. Section C of the exam comprises 20 mark constructed response question. That would be you can say the overall section C would be for 40 marks. There would be normally consolidation, single entity financial statements and ratios. The 20 mark question will examine the interpretation, like I said, ratios, and preparation of financial statement of either a single entity or consolidated or a group of companies obviously. The section A questions and the other questions section B can cover any area of the syllabus. Like I earlier said, that section A and section B will be comprised of the MCQs, and MCQs can come from any area of the syllabus. Any area means it can come from any area of the syllabus, any topic, any standard, any reporting standard, any critical or non-critical area. So you have to cover the whole syllabus. You cannot ignore a syllabus, means you cannot do a selective study. You have to prepare completely in order to crack this exam. It's a very interesting and a very complex exam, so you have to prepare well in order to clear this ACCA exam. Now moving forward, further there is a paper pattern. An individual question may often involve elements that relate to different subject area of the syllabus. For example, the preparation of an entry's financial statement could include matters related to several accounting standards. Means if examiner is asking in section A and section B, there could be, he can ask any area of the syllabus, you can say. He can ask any standard in that section. Question may ask candidate to comment on the appropriateness or acceptability of management opinion or choosing accounting treatment. Maybe there would be some question of scenarios like that examiner has given to you that management is doing something wrong, and you have to identify where the management is wrong, and you have to correct that knowledge, or you have to correct that scenario, that what would be the right treatment in that particular scenario. Ready accounting principle and concept and how these are applied to practical example will be tested. Means examiner will provide you the practical tested, how things will happen practically. Examiner will provide you those, and then you have to identify by applying your knowledge and concepts that whether that treatment is correct or incorrect. Question on topic area that are also included in financial accounting will be examined at an appropriately graded level. Like I earlier said, you cannot ignore financial accounting or F3. Any area that is covered in financial accounting is deemed or assumed that you know about that, so you cannot ignore any area. Like for example, like bank reconciliation, Examiner can ask you about the bank reconciliation here as well. Examiner can ask you about the errors. Examiner can ask you about the control accounts. So you cannot ignore any area of financial accounting as well. So you have to remember those things as well. If you don't know about those areas, I will recommend or I will suggest that you should go back to that paper if you have studied few years back or maybe 1 year back. If you don't remember those areas, you should go and revise those areas before coming to F7. Candidate will be expected to have an appreciation of the needed for the specific accounting standards and why they have been issued. For the detailed or complex standard, candidate need to be aware of their principal and key elements. Okay. Any question about this area as well, you can ask from ask me on WhatsApp. Moving forward, the syllabus. So there are basically 4 sections. The syllabus is basically spread over 4 sections. Conceptual regulatory framework for financial reporting. The need for a conceptual, like I have already discussed, conceptual framework. You cannot ignore conceptual framework even in F7. It is present in F3, F7, SPR, and even in P7 audit paper. So you cannot ignore conceptual framework. The useful characteristics, useful recognition, measurement, regulatory framework, the concept and principle of groups, and consolidated financial statements. So regulatory framework cover all these areas. After that, accounting for transaction financial statement, obviously it will be various standard IS 16, IS 38, intangible assets, IS 36 impairment of assets, inventory IS 2, biological asset IS 41, financial instruments IFRS 9, leasing IFRS 16, provision and events after the reporting period IS 37, IS 10, taxation IS 12, reporting financial performance, revenue IFRS 15, government grant IS 21. So all these are financial reporting or accounting standards. So we have to study all these in order to crack this exam. IS 21, foreign currency transaction. Again, this is one other important standard. So there are a few other as well. We have not I have not written all these here. So when we will be covering all the syllabus, obviously we will study those as well. So this is the basic syllabus. Moving forward, discussing a little bit more standard syllabus. Section C is analyzing and interpreting the financial statement of single entity group. That is basically about the ratios, limitation of financial. What are the limitation of financial statements? Calculation and interpretation of accounting ratios and trend to address users and stakeholders, obviously ratios. Limitation of interpretation techniques. What are the limitations of ratios? Specialized and in last, specialized not-for-profit and public sector entities. What are the, how to analyze, how to deal with not-for-profit organization like charities, like not-for-profit organization like government entities, NGOs. What is the method to interpret those? Okay. In last, preparation of financial statement, preparation of single entity financial statement, preparation of consolidated financial statement including an associate. What are associates? What are joint ventures? What is the method to consolidate those financial statement? How to prepare single entity financial statement, we will discuss in section D of the syllabus. So this was our syllabus and introductory lecture. So hopefully you find it well. We will meet in our next video. Till then, take care. Thank you so much. Hope you enjoyed watching my video. Thank you so much.